Hi, I'm Shunda Leigh, the proud editor and publisher of this wonderful monthly literary magazine called Woman Addict magazine. You can check us out online at www.bookandmatters.com. I am honored to be here this evening to interview this new novelist, new writer that's on the scene, H. Scott Gordon. His new book is called The Spring of My Life, Chronicles of a Woman Addict, and the interview is forthcoming. Scott, I'm delighted to be here with you this evening. First question, when did you begin writing? And second question, what inspired you to put pen to paper?
Well, I never considered myself a writer, Shunda. I basically started writing as therapy. I was going through a divorce, and actually I went to a therapist, and the lady asked me a bunch of questions about how I grew up and what made me into the man that I had become. You know, I was cheating a lot on my wife and things of that nature, so she asked me these questions, but after the session, she just wanted her money. So I said, hey, I can do that. So I started writing in journals, and one of my good friends, she was a paraprofessional in my classroom, and she picked it up and was writing and said, hey, this is good. You know, you ever considered writing a book? I said, no, not really, you know, because I never liked writing in school. Matter of fact, one of my homeboys, he asked me the other day, yo, man, how you get to, author a book when we was in high school? He was in honors English classes, and I cut English classes, but he's doing real successful, and the spring of my life is too, so we definitely found our callings in life. So that's how it came. It was a cathartic work, trying to help me through a period in my life where, you know, I was just, you know, struggling, trying to find me.
Okay. So would you say The Spring of My Life, Chronicles of a Woman Addict, is all from personal experience or from things you've witnessed from friends or co-workers?
Well, as I say, when everybody asks me that question, the names have been changed to protect the innocent. However, it's 90%, you know, things that I've gone through, but I've also taken relationships that I've seen, whether positively or negatively, and I've imparted those into my writings also. Things that shaped me to become the man that, you know, or Bobby Glover, the man that he is in the story.
Okay, tell us about the story. Tell us about Bobby Glover.
Well, Bobby Glover is a young man. He's 13 years old during the saga, and he's trying to find his way in life. He grew up in the Bronx, New York City, and it's basically a tale of his trials and tribulations as he fights his addiction, what happens to be to women. So it's just a little novella about how Bobby was going through relationships, dealing with the pressures of life, drugs, alcohol, because I didn't want to, you know, we have too many novels by too many black writers about drugs and gang violence. It's not that Bobby didn't go through those things, but the underlying thing was his addiction to women. That's what really propelled him to do the things that he did.
Okay. Okay, as a reader, and I am an avid reader, when I get to the last page of The Spring of My Life, what do you want me, a few things that you hope me and any other reader will take away from The Spring of My Life?
First of all, I want to say, is it over yet? Where? Because it is part one in a four-part series, so I want my readers to be thirsty. All right, what happens to Bobby now? I think I cut it off at a good point in his life. The spring is a metaphor for the seasons of his life. Of course, the spring was his first inception into relationships. So that's how he's watered, and that's how he, you know, he germinates to the man that he is. So, and it also, all seasons have to do with the relationship. 4 women in his life, and they evolve around those relationships with those particular women. So that's what I want you to see. As far as, you know, saying, okay, this was a great book, but, okay, I need to know more about this character. But I also want you to see the humanity in Bobby, the realness. That's one of the things that when I was talking to some of the people from New York, I just came back from book signing in Harlem, and I was talking to them, and one of the best things that I could get from them is that they really felt that I kept it real. And we use that as a cliche all the time, but that was important to me to get the story right, as accurately, and depict our lives as accurately as I could. Of course, it's from my perspective, but to a man, everybody said, you know, you did a good job. You really described how we were.
And you did do a good job, I might add.
Okay.
Okay, as a writer, do you write to entertain, educate, enlighten, or all three, and share how?
Well, it's all of the above.
Okay.
And of course, I want to entertain. You know, Bobby uses a lot of, and my writing uses a lot of joke. He's a jokester, and that captures my personality because I like to laugh and smile. And I don't want. It's not a self-help book, but it can help someone who may be addicted to someone else. I want to educate because I want parents to understand. I want young men and women to understand the trials and tribulations you can go through, especially when a young man gets sexually active. I want them to, you know, have dialogue with their young men, because if they don't before they become sexually active, they can lose these children.
Right. Okay, you mentioned young people. What do you want young readers to get from The Spring of My Life?
Well, I wouldn't suggest anybody under 17 years old to read the book, because it does have graphic language, it does have sexual content in the book.
Because you kept it real.
Because I kept it real. I kept it to the dialogue of how our children speak today.
Right.
But I want my young people, first of all, to understand whatever trial and tribulation, whatever obstacle is placed in front of you, that you can overcome anything, any addiction.
Okay, when you're not in front of the classroom teaching, what can you be found doing?
It's funny because right now I stay on the computer, because basically I'm marketing. I'm my own marketing agency, so I answer emails to my supporters, because I'll never have fans. I'm not arrogant like that, and I feel that, you know, if you support my work, if you love my work, then I need to, if you send me an email, I need to respond to your email. But I like to read. I like to read other people's works when I get a chance. Play sports, play ball, workout, things like that. I'm really into yoga now, and, you know, my spirituality, and that keeps me grounded. So that's what you can find.